old you are, what year you were born in.
08, 1908.
And
I'm 83.
83.
Last November.
And what's your full name?
My full name is Reginald Jack,
Reg.
but I've only been known as Reginald at school and in hospital. They caught me in hospital with that.
Oh, I see.
I'm Jack to everyone else.
Now, how many in your family?
How many?
Yes.
What,
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of 13.
Youngest of 13. And what town were you born in?
Where was I born? Well, I should say that was Wakescone.
Wakescone.
That was on the Mount Bewers Road from Chapel to Mount Bewers.
Not far away then.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What did your dad do for a living?
Worked on a farm.
I worked on the farm.
Farm labourer. Yeah.
And he brought up 13 children.
Yes.
Good gracious. And
Only one that died young.
Mm-hmm.
12. So you know.
Do you know how much he earned at the time?
No, I don't know.
No.
I wouldn't know.
No.
He was a horseman. He wasn't a daemon.
No. He earned a little bit more than the others.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I done an extra hour in the morning.
Did you? What house did you all live in? What sort of cottage?
Well, that was a farm cottage.
Tide cottage. Yeah.
That's pulled down there because we went and had a look one day last year.
I see. How many rooms?
I wouldn't know because I was only 3 when I came away.
You came away, you were 3. Yeah. When you came away, where'd you come to?
The first house, the 4 at the halfway.
Oh, I see.
The Coggish Lane
Yeah.
one.
With your parents, did you come there?
Yes, oh yes.
And how many of the family came with you? All of them come, or some had left, I suppose.
Well,
left?
my eldest sister had a daughter before I was born.
Oh, crikey.
So I'm uncle to a niece older than myself.
Now, you came away when you were 3. That would be about 1911.
Yes.
So you were
February 1911.
Yes. So you remember the First World War?
Yes, very well.
Yes.
I remember things from over there where I was born.
You do. Yes. Well, tell us, anything exciting happened over there at Cone?
Well, nothing exciting, I don't think. I can remember that was the old farmer's name was Norton. I don't know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know anything about it, but anybody that lived that way would.
Yeah.
He had a very fierce old dog, and more the Dulux type dog, and that was fierce as a lion, I should think. And I can well remember crossing the road from our old farmhouse cottage, across the road and getting in the kennel with the dog.
Oh, get inside. It didn't hurt you then.
No. My father's sister was housekeeper for this old gentleman at the time.
Your dad was a horseman, so do you remember riding on the backs of the old...
Not with him, no. No, he didn't encourage me to go with him at all.
He didn't?
Never in my life.
Do you by any chance remember your grandparents?
I never had grandparents.
No, they'd all
you
gone.
See, being the youngest.
Yes, of course.
My mother was about 47 when I was born, you see, and my father was 3 years older.
Yeah. She must have had nothing but work, your mother, looking after the family.
Well, yes.
Yes. So when you came over here, your father was still a horseman when he came over here?
Yes, he went to Scripps.
Oh, I see.
The parish.
Yes.
He worked there until he retired.
And did you have to go and work up on the farm at all when you were a lad?
Well, there's a tale attached to that. I was very bright at school, although I'm saying so myself. At 11, they couldn't teach me much more. I was in standard 7.
Yes.
And I did a lot of work in the garden then, in the school garden.
Oh well.
When I wanted to leave school, I tried to be an apprentice in the international stores.
Yes.
But they threw me out more or less because my father was an agricultural worker.
A lot of snobbery in those days.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I made up my mind, well, I'll go on the farm. and I've been on the farm all my life.
And what age did you start school? Start farming?
14.
14. And what was your first job? Day man?
Dropping plants.
Oh, see.
They don't do that now. They have a plant, I don't.
Yeah, they do,
I
yes.
used to scatter plants up and down the rows, and about 4 or 5 men would deb them behind me.
Yes, yeah. And who was Mr. Parrish your first governor?
Yes,
Yeah.
Coggeshall Hall.
Yes, I put Coggeshall Hall.
Yeah.
What hours did you work? Do you remember?
52 hours a week.
Yeah. And
Saturday mornings.
Saturday morning. And how much did you get? Any idea?
10 shillings.
10 shillings. Well, wasn't too bad.
No.
Yeah, what?
By the way, when I started school, I went to the old school in Queen Street.
Oh yes, I know it.
Have you happened of anybody else who did?
Not yet. No, I don't know. No, I don't.
You see, the
George
council school wasn't built until, was it 1914 or 18?
Something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, something like
And
that.
I started at the old school.
Yeah.
Was the lecture hall.
Yes.
Joined it. Is that pulled down now?
No, it's still there. That
That
might
old
be.
building.
Yeah, it's still there. I
Ah.
think. Yeah, it's still in use of some sort anyway.
Mhm.
Anyway, so going back, did you have extra work to do during? Well, of course you weren't at work during the First World War, but how did that affect your lives? Do you remember at all the First World War?
It didn't affect us at all.
No,
Not that I can
Not
remember.
the country.
You see, I wasn't old.
No,
I was only 6 when it started.
That's right. Do you remember all the soldiers in town here?
I remember one day at school,
Mm-hmm.
we had a day sitting on the wall along the recreation ground,
Mm-hmm.
and there was practically a whole column of soldiers marching by the whole day towards Colchester.
Well, they were really.
Yes,
I believe I heard that was Kitchener's army or something.
I suppose so.
Yeah,
Yes.
all day.
And there was a bomb fell on the wreck one night, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
that's right. That's right.
It done a little bit of damage to the house was Goodwin's now, and the wreck railings.
Yeah.
I remember that.
The when the horses were going, when the soldiers were going by, I suppose that they were all their carriages and carts and
They were mostly soldiers marching.
Mostly soldiers marching.
In fours, and I think that lasted the biggest part of the day. There must have been thousands.
There must have been.
Where they came from, I don't know, but they were going to Colchester. I well remember.
Good gracious! Yeah. Lot didn't come back.
Oh no.
No, no.
Naturally.
Anyway, so when you're a youngster, how did you entertain yourself?
Birds nesting,
Bird nesting.
swimming in the river,
Yes. And
mischief in general. I was no better than anybody else.
you play football, anything like that, or cricket? Did you play?
Yes, football.
Were you part of the Coggeshall team at all?
I got into the Kelvedon team eventually.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, good fun.
Yeah.
Now, what about the town? Was there any entertainment down the town apart from the pubs?
Not that you see, we were at the halfway,
Yes.
and there were several children up there, so we rarely visited the town only for school.
That's right.
We amused ourselves evenings and that up there.
Yeah. Did you ever get away to Clacton for the day, or Colchester, or anything like that? Have a Sunday school outing?
I went to Sunday school and I went with the outings.
Yes.
We used to go to a place in Lexington sometimes for a tea and nothing extravagant.
When you went to the Sunday school outings, did you go on the train at all, or anything like that, or go?
No, that was always bus.
Bus.
Double-decker bus.
Double-decker bus. Oh yeah.
Open top, naturally.
Yeah. Whose company was that?
Moors, I think.
Moors,
yes.
yeah. So, when were the roads in good condition in those days?
Some
Yeah.
Some weren't.
How long did it take you to get to Clacton? Any idea?
No.
Yeah, it was a day's journey anyway.
Yes. I can well remember I had a break from the farm when I was about 17. I went to Doughton's at Kelvedon to work. He's a contractor with lorries. And we used to go to take peas up to the market. And we used to get...
Which market? London?
Yes, Covent Garden mostly. And we used to get loaded up, say, about 5 o'clock. I went as lorry driver's mate with my brother-in-law, who was a driver.
Yes. Yeah.
And we used to get loaded up, and
Yeah.
Used to reckon on leaving Kelvedon 6 o'clock.
Yes. Yes.
And we were lucky if we were going along the embankment when the clocks up there struck 12, big big.
It used to take 6 hours. Good. What lorry was it?
As a Halford, no windscreen, no doors,
Solid tyres?
solid tyres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Was it reliable?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
But oil lamps,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
and there's a long hill just outside Chelmsford
Yes.
going up.
Mm-hmm.
There, I used to get out, still carrying on, going,
Yes.
go around the back and get the lamp, come to the cab and fill it, and light it up again and go wait for it and then put it on again. Still travelling.
Well, how much weight did it take? Any idea?
5-ton lorry.
5 ton.
Used to take about 300.
Now you talked about peas. I mean, it was usual for everybody to go in the field to pick them, didn't they?
Oh yes.
Did your mum go?
Oh yes.
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 What? How long a day would that be? As soon as it was dawn, I suppose.
About 6 o'clock in the morning till perhaps about 3 in the afternoon.
Good gracious. And how much did she get for that? You think?
Not a lot.
No, not
No, not a lot.
That was all hard graft, wasn't
It
it?
was hard work.
Now tell me, if you were any of the family was sick, did you call the doctor out, or
Yes.
was he too expensive?
No, as far as I know. You see, being the youngest, I never
Don't know.
had much to do with
They
that
don't
family, really.
know. No.
The next one to me was 5 years older, so I was a long way behind the others.
Well, going back to the First World War, were any of them serve in this First World War? Any of your brothers, or?
My brother,
Yes.
yes,
Mhm.
yes, he went. He was 10 years older than me. He joined up about 17,
Yes.
1917.
What was he, a soldier?
He went in the Essex Yeomanry
Oh yes, yes.
then.
And he came out okay?
Yes.
Oh.
He went to Ireland for a long while.
Mhm.
I don't think he went to France.
Oh well, that was fortunate, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh good. Did they all left home? Did they all go on to farming, or did they go on to other work?
My eldest brother was on the farm all his life.
Mhm.
I only had 2 brothers and 9 sisters.
Yeah. Now, do you remember any of the during the youngsters any eccentric people in Cockleshall who used to chase you lads around or anything like that, or any characters?
There were some real characters, weren't there?
Well, can you tell us about any?
Well, as I said, I never had much to do in Coggeshall actually.
No.
I used to go to school,
Oh, yeah.
walk from the halfway and
Yes.
home, and we never went to Coggeshall a lot apart from that.
No. Anyway, did you always stay locally on local farms?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I worked for parishes apart from, I had about a year on the lorries,
Yes.
and I couldn't get on with my brother-in-law, so I went back on the farm.
Oh, was it his lorry, was it?
Doughton's
Oh,
lorry.
Dalton's, yes. Yes.
Then I had 30 years with parishes.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went to Fearonberry when parish packed up
Yes.
and had 30 years there.
Yeah, was it many years service?
10 of them were in, part-time
Yes.
after I retired at 65,
Yes.
I'll
yeah.
admit.
Now, when you first started a parish, how many people did they employ?
Goodness.
I mean, they had horsemen, I suppose.
17 or 18 on each farm, you can say.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
5 horsemen up scrips and about 5 damen.
Yes.
And when I was a lad, practically every lad in Coggeshall started work at parishes.
Yes, extraordinary. That.
There was no crittles then, or
No.
anything like that.
No. Was he a good governor?
Yes, they were very good.
Fair enough.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Did you do any ploughing yourself?
Only tractor.
Only tractor.
Aye.
When did the first tractors come in, as far as you remember?
Well, I don't know.
We,
I had one just before the war. I had the first old diesel Marshall that came into Essex.
mm-hmm. About 1936, something like that.
Yes.
Anyway, going on then. When did you got married? Obviously, you met your wife and got married. What year was that?
1932.
1932.
Yes.
And where did you live then?
Across the road at the halfway, number 9 on the other side.
On the other side. Yeah.
Yes. until 1939, then came down here.
I said, what, did the Eagles live up there then? Freddie Eagle and his parents? The Eagles?
His family, yes.
Yes,
They lived up further, up number 3.
Yes, yes. Oh well, there was a good community spirit in those days.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
You know, we all mucked in together and
Yes.
helped each other. And
That's right.
it's different to what it is. I don't know half the people in the
No,
hamlet
well,
now.
no. See, everybody goes out of town to work, and all their families disperse these days, aren't they? It's a different
yes,
world.
Yes.
Yeah. Which church did you go to?
I went to the Wesleyan for a start,
Yes.
and then the Eagles belonged to the Baptist.
Yes.
And so I went to Sunday school with them.
Yes. Yes. Did you get married there?
No, married at Kelvedon
At
because my wife lived in.
Oh yes, of course. What, the main church in Kelvedon, or
Yes, St Mary's.
did you have much of a do afterwards?
Couldn't afford it.
No, couldn't afford it. No, I don't suppose you could. But you had a few relatives there, I suppose.
Oh yes, yes.
Where-
The wife's parents weren't any better off than I was,
No,
really.
no.
You know,
No. So 1932, how much were you earning a week then?
30
Yeah.
shillings,
30 shillings. And how much was your rent?
3 bob.
3 bob. Yes, yes.
And when Mary came along,
Yes.
the wife couldn't feed her, and I think I'm right in saying that took about 8 and 9pence a week for cow and gate food for her.
Really?
So
Yes.
I had to do a lot of scrounging then
Yes.
to live.
Yes. Yes.
Rabbits and
Yes.
anything eatable.
Yes.
But I can honestly say I've never robbed anybody worse off than myself.
No, no.
There's a difference between scrounging and robbing.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And you've they always had good food in the house, I suppose, in which you raised yourself,
Yes,
which you
yes,
grew
yes,
yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
My father was a keen gardener, and
Yeah.
I started when I married.
Did he still live opposite you then? Did he? Your father? You're still alive now?
Well, after we married,
Mm.
you see, and he retired, they wanted his house.
Yes.
So they moved to Kelvedon.
Yes. Oh, I see. Yes.
And they lived there until they died.
Yeah. Oh.
My mother lived to be 93.
Oh. Oh. After 13 children.
Yes, yes,
And all that hard work.
yes.
Wonderful lady. Extraordinary. Anyway, I suppose you had the usual oil lamps at that time. You first got married. Oil lamps and candles, I suppose.
Oh yes,
Yes.
oh yes.
And
We had gas at the halfway light, not a stove, not a
Oh, no.
cooker or anything,
no,
just a gas light.
where'd that come from? Kelvin, the Kelvin Works.
Kelvin gas
Gas
works,
Works. Yes, I can remember them stoking that up. You know.
yeah. So can I. We used to go down there Sunday nights to see them stoke up mostly.
Yes.
That was quite a
Yes.
thrill for us.
Extraordinary things
when
you
we
tend
were
to tell.
lads.
Yes. Now, do you remember the? Well, you would do, of course. The traffic started to build up, I suppose, in the late 30s, going through to the coast through Kelvedon.
Oh yes, yes. That used to be a regular thing while I was single. Before I married there, you would see a whole. There used to be railings from the corner of the bottom of the street right up to the barber shop there
Yes.
on the left.
Yeah.
They used to be lined up there to watch the traffic coming back from the
Yeah.
seaside
Yes.
coaches.
Yeah. Anyway, did you ever get any of the pubs around here at all? Do you ever go to for a drink with your inmates?
I never had a drink until I joined the Home Guard.
Oh yes. Oh, that's interesting. We'll get to that in a moment.
My father, I don't suppose he never afforded it.
Couldn't
could
afford
he?
it. No, no.
And he had a drink, but very seldom.
No.
And he smoked 50 cigarettes a year.
Mm-hmm. One a week.
Yeah.
One a week. Dear, dear. Anyway, you've settled down with Parishers and you worked there all those years, and the war came along, the Second World War came
Yeah.
along. Did that make any difference to your life?
No, well, they wouldn't take me in the army, would
No,
they, on
no.
account of working on the
No,
farm?
and, you know, and you're probably a bit too old anyway at that time. Probably.
No, I was ageable, I think, but they said you're more important on the farm.
Did you have to increase more? You have to increase your work on the farm, more productivity?
Not really.
No.
I joined the Home Guard as a volunteer, you know, from the start.
Mm-hmm. And who was your commanding officer?
What's his name? Palmby, the postmaster.
Oh, he was, yes.
Yeah, and then when he packed up, Mr. Vickers took over.
Mr. Vickers took over. Mm-hmm.
You remember Vickers?
Yes, I do, yes.
Factory, Guillotine Factory?
Yes, yes, I do remember Mr. Vickers, yes. And how many platoons were there in Coggeshall? Was there just one or there several platoons?
Oh, several.
Several,
Yeah.
yes. And
I was a platoon sergeant, actually.
yeah, you were, yeah. Were you a good shot?
Fair, yeah,
Yes.
fairly.
Yes. And who did the drill instruction initially? Did you make it?
Sergeant Major Colton,
Colton?
and he was a terror.
He was.
he was a sergeant major for the 1st Middlesex. They were stationed in Coggeshall, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, they were, yes.
Yeah, well, he was a sergeant major.
Oh, he was. Well, he was a regular soldier,
Oh, yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
And
and he was a terror.
yes.
He said, I'll make you the smartest lot in Essex. Oh my God, he tried. And he had a company sergeant major who was worse than him, if anything.
Oh, yes. Well, how many in the platoon?
At 30.
About 30.
I was a platoon sergeant.
Yes.
That's
And-
because I volunteered.
And how often did you meet?
Well, twice a week.
Twice a week.
One evening and Sundays.
Yes.
And then during the raids and that, we used to have a night out, or 2 nights a week perhaps, patrolling around.
Yes.
Contact somebody from Markstay or
Yeah.
Kelvedon or Bradwell even.
When you first started, did you have uniform when you first started?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Yeah. And what about gun and rifles?
Had a 303.
Fair three.
And then it got down to a sten at the finish.
Yes. Yes. Now, what sort of exercises did you go on?
Used to go to Braxton Park
Mm-hmm.
on weekend
Yes.
exercises,
Yes. What you used to do?
things in general.
Yeah. Yes.
The old agent there'd question you.
Yeah.
And I went to London 2 weekends on street fighting.
Oh.
Went to Battersea
Yes.
2 weekends.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Anybody get hurt?
No.
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 Clambering about on roofs and
Oh well.
I really enjoyed it.
Yes. Where was your headquarters then?
Chapel Hotel.
The chapel.
The room at the back.
Oh, I see.
There's a room upstairs at the back.
That's
there.
right. Yes. Oh well.
Then
That's-
we settled in the White Hart. There's a room there the same.
Uh-huh.
Our platoon.
And
settled
then
there.
you always finished off with a drink, I suppose, after your meetings.
Not often, no.
No, no,
John Hicks. Hicks. You remember Hicks as being at the Hamlet?
no.
across
Oh yes, yeah, I know of them. Yes, I do. Yes.
David Hicks married
Yes.
a Mountbatten.
That's
didn't
right. He did. Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
he took us to Middlewick one day
Mm.
on the range.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way back, he took Eddie Sutton and me into the
Oh,
pub.
Eddie Sutton.
And that's
Yes.
the first time I had a drink.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
well,
I came home drunk.
took a long while to live that down.
I remember as if it was yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they stopped at the top, Mary was a little girl, about so tall, I expect.
Yeah.
She ran across the green. Daddy, she said, you do smell nice.
Does she still remember that? Oh well. Then of course the Americans came, didn't they?
Yes.
I suppose a lot of them came down the town here anyway,
Yes.
off duty, you know.
Yeah, oh yes.
Long way from home and very lonely, I suppose.
We never got in with the Americans. A
No.
lot of people entertained them, but we never did.
No, no, a bit far out of town, weren't you, up the halfway?
Well,
Oh.
I was here then during the war.
Oh, because when did you move here?
30, July 39,
39.
just before the war.
Had they been built, just been built?
Yes,
So you
they were new.
came in here as a new house?
Yes, yes.
What, the electric light and all the fittings?
Yes, just the bare lights.
Yes. Oh, well, that was a great improvement,
Oh
wasn't it?
yes. Great.
What was the rate?
I think it was 6 and 4pence a week.
6 or 4pence a week. And what were you earning then? Any idea?
No, I can't
No.
remember that one.
No. Anyway, do you remember at the, at the crossroads here, But when the old barn used to be on the corner of the hamlet there, the barn at the corner of the Point Moor Lane.
Here,
Mm.
in front of here.
In front of here, was it?
Yes, right on the road.
Yes.
4 cottages, 3 or 4 cottages along the front here. Wasn't
That's right. Well, I don't know, but you.
the old barn there.
Yes.
Right on just the side, other side of the entrance here, right on the corner.
Oh no, there's 4 cottages here on on this green.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right on the road.
When did they go?
Well, they moved out of there, Billy Mills, into this first house.
Oh, I see. So when these were built, they probably took those down,
yes,
did they?
yes.
Oh, I see. Who did the barn belong to?
There used to be an old barn up the road here where, is it Vectus, or what's the name now, where Bert lived. The next house to the bungalows.
Oh yes, oh yes. I know
What's it called now?
Oh, I've forgotten. I can't remember offhand. I know. Yes. Anyway.
There used to be another old barn there,
Yeah.
and there was a man named Franklin, was a bit of a farmer. He had that field where the barn was,
Oh.
and a couple of horses in the stable here.
Yes. Of course, it was all agriculture and seed growing around here, wasn't it?
Then there was all buildings along here.
Yes. Yeah.
Bibby coal merchant was across the road, and he used to keep coal and that in there sometimes.
Well, had he been there for many years? Bibby, was it there many years?
Yes, before ever we came this
Yeah.
way, practically all alike.
Do you used to deliver it by horse for the cart first of all?
Pony and cart.
Pony and cart, yeah. What about milk? How was that delivered?
Mr. Tate
Yeah, well,
come round with a milk can
the milk can, yeah.
when we were at the halfway,
Yes,
when we married.
yes, yeah. Interesting days, really.
Mr. Tate was always whistling
Oh well.
or yodeling.
And how many times a day did he come? Some used to come twice, I believe.
No, he only came once.
Only came once. What time of the day?
Mornings.
Mornings. Yeah.
After he'd been round the town, I suppose.
I suppose so. Yes.
You had everything delivered then, didn't you? Bread,
yes,
and
everything.
Butchers,
Butchers.
everybody
Grocery.
delivered.
Everybody, yes.
Yeah.
And I suppose, although I don't suppose you had much, you grew most of your own stuff, or you? But
Yes, most of vegetable line.
yes, yeah. But did the butcher come very often, or couldn't you afford it?
Well, no, you just couldn't, could you?
No,
No.
no. Oh well. What did you have any unusual event that happened to you which amused you at the time? Did you ever get out to London at all? Do you ever get out to London at all? No, no. You spent all your life locally. Do you ever have a holiday?
I never had a hankering to travel.
No, no.
Neither abroad nor anywhere. No, I've been a bit of a loner all my life.
Yes, yeah.
Quite content
Yes.
to just sit in the country and
Work on the land and watch
Yes.
nature, I suppose. Watch nature. Watch the birds and the rabbits.
yes, I've took a great interest in things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And all my life I've more or less studied the weather.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I'm a fair judge of the weather.
Imagine you are.
And I think we're going to get another dry summer.
You think so?
I-
Oh, well, I'll have to take precautions then. Now, tell me, there's still plenty of rabbits about, of course. They're getting a boom pest again, aren't they?
Plague, isn't it?
Yeah, really. Well, I've never ever heard of anybody seeing a badger in this part of the world. Have you ever seen one, man?
No.
No.
I've never seen a badger.
No.
No.
No. No, I know. I've heard of some at Gallywood on the Common there, but I've never.
No, I've never seen one.
No.
No.
Perhaps the ground has. See, been a lot of agriculture around here, isn't there? And the ground's
Yes,
been pretty
yeah.
well, cultivated, really.
I've never heard of one within a reasonable distance even.
No. The nearest I've heard is Gallywood,
Oh.
but that's all. So you've never had a holiday at all?
Yes, oh yes,
You've
we
had
holidays. We used to go to Yarmouth with
Oh.
the Humphreys and
Oh yes.
in the latter part of our life.
Yes. Was that before the war or after?
After the war.
After the war.
Not
How long did you go for?
week.
A week?
Week,
Yes. That was very popular. I used to go there as a boy.
Boarding house.
Yes. We used to go there. I think they're called the Rose. There used to be the rows of houses. We used to go there
Oh yeah.
for a week, I think. Anyway. Oh well, it's very kind of you. Any other memories you'd like to tell us about or anything? Or
I can remember when I used to go to school,
Mm-hmm.
there used to be a iron sign on the bridge, a post and a circle at the top. Speed limit for cars, 10 miles per hour.
What do you mean on St Stephen's Bridge?
Yes.
Down the bottom of the hill?
Yes.
Because old chap called Dick Nunn was well known for...
He built a bridge along the river further,
That's
didn't he?
right. And I did hear that
And he tried to level Grange Hill with
That's right, yes.
yeah,
It
with
was
a
so...
barrow.
That's right. He chopped away the top and pushed it to the bottom,
He
didn't
started, they
Yeah.
said, yes.
That's Did you ever remember him at all?
No, that was before my time, I
Or
think.
before, yeah, I think it was too. Well, thanks very much, Mr. Drane. I think it's been most interesting, you know. Put it on the archives.
And there was old Monty Eberhard, what had the Abbey.
Oh,
He
yes.
was a real character, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, I did meet him once, but I don't know much about him, of course. Yes.
He wouldn't pay anybody, would he? Had all sorts of animals down there during the war.
Did he really?
I don't know whether he got elephants, but he had nearly everything
Did he?
else.
What sort of things did he have then? What sort of animals did he have down
We
there?
don't know, all sorts.
Well, wild animals, you mean?
No,
Yeah.
well, I don't know. I couldn't say. You know, I can't remember now like I used to.
No.
Anyway, he had a real mixture down there.
Yeah.
Horses and probably cows and things.
Yes. Bit of a shambles, was
He
it?
was a real old dealer, wasn't he?
Yes, that's right. I believe, I think the American commander general stayed there for some while too. I think he lived there, didn't he, for a while? Something from the air base, I think.
Yes, probably.
Yes. The town was certainly full of characters, I know, what I've heard, you know, and they were strong individuals, weren't they?
There was old Frank Ruggles as well.
Mm.
They said he was a goalkeeper for Coggeshall years and years ago before my time. And only one man, they said, scored a goal against them one season, and he kicked his behind all round the field. The latter part of his life, he used to go about the street in Coggeshall with a catapult, shooting sparrows on the water trolls and on the houses.
Because there used to be some bad gangs around Coggeshall, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had a bad reputation,
Used
Coggeshall
to
did.
fight from the different
Yeah.
towns.
Yes, right.
If Kelvin and Coggeshall met, they'd have a scrap.
Yeah.
You know, no knives or anything attached to it.
Just good old fisticuffs.
Yes.
Oh. Where do they used to meet? Just anywhere they might turn up, I suppose.
Just by chance, very often.
They used to have big carnivals here before the war.
Yes.
Do you remember those at all? Did you ever go and see them?
Yeah. Oh yes. We used to go to everything like that.
Yes. Were they pretty long carnivals?
Yes. They got quite good.
And floats and things.
Then that gradually dropped away, faded away like nothing to do.
Yes.
The old ones die out and then nobody takes up.
That's right. There used to be a band playing on the Market Square, I believe, on Saturday nights.
Yes.
But so I've been told. And the shops used to stay open late on the Saturday.
All sorts of tales about the bands and that, ain't there?
Oh yes.
Somebody went in and said, "That sounds lovely from outside." I said they all walked outside to see what it sounded like.
That's about right too, isn't it? Oh, that's very interesting.
There's no end of Coggeshall tales,
Oh,
and
no, they are
I
indeed.
say you've heard some in your travels.
Yeah, well, there's a book published of them actually. There is really.